Welcome to Sports Talk with L-Beasley. It is Thursday afternoon here for me in Detroit, Michigan. And today's going to be a relatively short show because I have a business meeting to get to. My fans and supporters got to go a little early. And actually tomorrow, more than likely, I will not be able to do a show. I'm warning you guys now. I probably will not be doing a show tomorrow. I have another business meeting to go to. And then I have a basketball game I have to cover and scout a couple players. So duty calls. But, all these business meetings are, basically due to the expansion of my show, Sports Talk with L-Beasley, my website, laurenbeasley.com. So, hopefully I'll be able to announce the changes and the expansion in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully my fans, you all will love it, and, we'll expand together, basically. So, just wanted to let you guys know that, but without further, any further delay, let's get into what I'm about to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is Kobe Bryant. And not just Kobe Bryant, but just the Los Angeles Lakers, period, because they've been kind of the talk of the town a little bit. Los Angeles Lakers have had some tough times already, losing players to injury. Steve Nash, Steve Blake, Pau Gasol. So it's been a lot of talk, is this Laker team going to be able to bounce back the way they do? Is there ever a good thing about this Laker team? There's always Kobe. He's still playing. He's doing his thing. And the other day, he became the youngest player in history to reach 30,000 points. And that's just an amazing accomplishment by Kobe. Amazing. That's just Kobe being Kobe. Like I said, whether the same thing I always say about LeBron, Carmelo, Kevin Durant, whatever. Whether you like them, dislike them, whatever your beef is with the cat, I don't really care. But you gotta dang on show respect him for what he has done for the NBA, what he's done for the game, what he's done for other players, how he's inspired other players, and just his overall accomplishments. Obviously, he's had his off the court issues, as many as basically most of these players have. So, obviously he's had his, his off the court issues, but just on the court, like I said, pure beast, pure skill. There's barely anything this guy can't do. He's mastered areas of the game that's not even required for him. Like I said, let's not forget, he was one of the first people, if not the first, to go work with Hakeem Olajuwon and work on his post game, and many more came after him. So, this is just somebody who understands the game, has a high basketball IQ, really no weakness in this game. Just, all around good player, and that's respect. Same thing I say about LeBron. Same thing, I hope to say eventually about Kevin Durant as his game continues to expand and other great players, after them. So, like I said, great accomplishment. And like I said, I saw some people who were just like, oh, whatever, they were hating. And, people gonna hate. That's just the way it is. I'm not tripping about that. Like I said, it's an accomplishment. You don't have to like him, but, at least respect it. Like I said, I'm not a LeBron fan, but I respect him when he breaks records. I respect him when he does great things. And I call him on his crap when he does bad things, just like I do Kobe. It's just the way that I am. I'm biased. You know what it is. And a couple people actually asked me, wanted me to do a little research, because they were curious, where is LeBron, as far as this whole stat goes? Is he gonna reach it this year, or not this year, but how long would it possibly take him to reach it and things like that? And basically, from my information that I received from not only sources but just kind of doing my own homework, LeBron James need to average around 24 points per game over the next 5 years to hit 30,000, and he will be the youngest ever by 2 years. So for those who are wondering, because I know that's pretty much the main person that everybody thinks probably would catch Kobe, and rightfully so. If LeBron James was to catch Kobe and beat his record of the youngest of all time, LeBron James would need to score 24 points per game over the next 5 years to hit 30,000, and he would be the youngest by 2 years if he accomplishes it, in that rate. He may accomplish it a little bit quicker, It is LeBron. He can accomplish it quick for all I know. Or he may get, maybe be a year behind or whatever the case may be. But to answer your question, that's where he ranks. Okay. Just wanted to let you guys know. Also in the news of the Lakers, Pau Gasol, as many people know, has been out indefinitely with, injuries. She's Lakers, man, I tell you. Anyway, it's been a lot of trade talk, rumors as far as, people have been making offers. They keep turning them down. And as far as Pau Gasol getting traded, I think Pau Gasol brings an element that not many big men bring, which is a passing big man, a finesse big man. The biggest thing with Pau Gasol is just, other than his whining, which just is a Laker trend, is just the fact of his inconsistency. That's always been my thing with Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol is one of the best power forwards in the NBA, no question, especially when he's playing at his best, because it's hard to check him. He has that nice little mid-range. Obviously, he has a finesse type post game, not a power post game, a finesse post game. He's a pretty decent passer, even more than decent passer. Maybe he knows how to get to the line. This is definitely somebody, you consider to be a top player when he's at his best, when he's playing hard, when he's doing his thing, and when he's not whining. So if they were to trade Paul, like I said, you got to figure out, and like I said, I know some names have been thrown around, but what you have to remember is, how does the player that you're asking or you want Paul Gasol to be traded for, how does he fit into the system? And like I said, that was one of the things coming with D'Antoni on this team. You know, you're going to have to figure out how players were going to work. He's never had a big man like Pau Gasol. Just like I said, he never had a Kobe Bryant at the 2. So he has to figure out how to make those things work. And like I said, take into consideration, Steve Nash is not back. Like I said, it's really hard to analyze this offense without Steve because he's your ball handler. Right now, you got Kobe, you know, basically being your creator, your scorer, pretty much your everything. Unfortunately, you know, that's the thing with the Lakers. They don't really have a creator. You know, obviously Kobe can create for others, but they don't, you know, that's not technically what he's supposed to be doing right now for this team. That's not supposed to be his role. It's supposed to be the role of Steve Nash or Steve Blake or whoever else they could have got a point guard. And this is where you really wish they had a point guard. But, you know, like I said, I'm not going to overanalyze until they get Steve back. Like I said, you know, because Steve makes others around him better, especially for somebody like a Pau Gasol who's struggling to fit into this offense. And like I said, I knew it was going to be these issues. Other players like Jody Meeks are flourishing, but like I said, he's a shooter. D'Antoni loves shooters. He's going to flourish. Certain guys are going to struggle. Jordan Hill is still trying to figure out his way with the team. There's been some struggles. But just as far as Pau Gasol, you know, it's been, like I said, at this point, they're saying that, you know, they've been turning down trades. I know Minnesota offered, I think, Derek Williams and Nikola Pekovic. They offered those guys for Pau Gasol, which they turned down. I think the Toronto Raptors also had an offer on the table. I want to say it was Andre Bagnardi, Calderon, and another player, by the way. So, you know, it was those have been the two main offers that have been made, like mainly public, and you know, ESPN and other people have, you know, confirmed that. But Lakers continue to turn down. Like I said, rightfully so. I don't, like I said, at this point right now, give them a chance. You got a new, like I said, new system, new coach when you hadn't even got adjusted to the previous coach. And like I said, on top of that, with his whining, you don't have your point guard who's there to create and all these different things. So that's just something to take in consideration. That's all I'm saying. You know, that's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So just something to take in consideration when you're talking about this whole situation with Pau Gasol. But like I said, if you are thinking about trading Pau Gasol, start really thinking about who can fit into a system. I've heard Josh Smith's name come up a couple times. Well, you know, really start studying the film and looking at the Lakers and saying, okay, well, how does he fit? How does he help D'Antoni? You know, some people have said, well, he's similar to an Amari, so maybe that helps out. You know, he's more, you know, he's athletic. He's the running gun. He's that guy who would jump out the gym. You know, he's more of, you know, reminds you more of an Amari Stoudemire maybe than a Pau Gasol, which is true. But in the long run, is this a better benefit for the team? Those are just things I'm trying to throw out for people who are, you know, probably going into next week. I'll probably throw out some names. Like I said, today's going to be a short show, so I'm not going to be able to really get into detail like I want about who I think if you are to trade Pau Gasol, you should be trying to get. Like I said, I'm doing a short show. So hopefully going into next week, I'll be able to talk about that a little bit. Then the other big thing in the NBA is the Knicks versus the Heat. They play on TNT tonight. First game of the doubleheader. And just going into this game, you know, this is going to be an interesting game to watch. You know, a lot of people keep asking, who do you think is the better team? Is it the Knicks or the Heat? And I still think the Heat are the better team. I mean, we have a combination. Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Ray Allen, and, you know, the role players seem to be playing well for the most part. You know, it's hard to just say, like I said, you know, this Knicks team is not even fully healthy yet. So it's hard to be, you know, like I said, Miami's still the better team right now, just as far as the talent perspective and, you know, and whatnot. But, you know, Knicks are, like I said, Knicks have the possible, you know, this is a possible, you know, Eastern Conference matchup right here. You know, this could be the Eastern Conference Finals for us this year. You know, but like I said, the biggest thing about the Knicks is just getting healthy and staying healthy. You know, Melo messed up, I think, his thumb or one of his fingers. Jason Kidd has been out. Obviously, Amari Stoudemire is still out. You still got Iman Shumpert out. So this is all about just how they react once they get back. You know, once these key guys like Iman Shumpert, what's his role? Is he going to be more of a 2 when he's always been more, you know, obviously he has the body of a 2, and obviously I don't think he would have a problem scoring for a 2, but just, you know, trying to figure out things of that nature. Well, where does he fit? Does he fit here? Does he fit there? Like I said, getting your guys back healthy like a Jason Kidd. One thing that the Knicks have been doing very well is shooting. So going into this game, if I'm Miami, you want to make sure you make them struggle to shoot the ball, run them off the 3-point line. That's going to be the struggle. And a lot, you know, obviously, you know, I think Miami's coming here with a vengeance. You know, they weren't focused, or they didn't appear to be focused last game when they played Washington, which a lot of people are making a big deal about because they lost to Washington. I don't know why. And then at the end of the day, they already lost to the Knicks. So, you know, kind of a little bit of a payback situation. So, I mean, I guess we see, like I said, the excitement in both the games, you know, in the game as far as, you know, who's going to win and whatnot. And obviously, Miami has the home court advantage. Both teams have been doing great at home. Miami is still undefeated at home this season. So, just like I said, just looking to see who's going to step up for the New York Knicks. If Carmelo's unable to play, I know it's been kind of questionable, you know, whether he's going to play or not. If he is out, more than likely it's going to be a lot of pressure on J.R. Smith to step up. And he typically, for some reason, just does not seem to do well against the Heat. Maybe because of the defense, maybe just because he struggles, maybe he's trying to do too much. But he typically, struggles against this team. And like I said, with them still missing some key guys like Jason Kidd still being out, I think he's a huge motivator for his team, not only offensively as far as a creative standpoint, but also from a defensive standpoint. I know Raymond Felton is day-to-day. Marcus Camby is day-to-day. And then obviously the Heat have a couple people out. Mario Chalmers is out. I know Norris Cole, Shane Battier, and Udonis Haslem are all, kind of day-to-day as well. So this is obviously, you just got to see who's going to come in and step in for the game. But like I said, if Melo is not in that game, and not even just Melo, other players got to step up. Other players going to have to do that thing. Because Miami is looking to make a statement here, just like the Knicks are looking to make a statement. So it's definitely going to be a good game to watch, and I definitely can't wait to watch. Hopefully I'll make it back in time. I should make it back in time. Anyway, moving on to the last topic of the show. Of course, it's Thursday night football as well. And this week we have the Denver Broncos versus those Oakland Raiders. And this is game, for me, is going to be the typical quarterback play and defensive play. Now, one thing about the Raiders, they have a big, talented defensive line. But so far this season, collectively, they have not they haven't rushed the passer very well. Which, anytime you're talking about rushing Peyton Manning, that's a problem. You need to rush Peyton Manning. You can't give Peyton Manning time in the pocket. I'm sorry. He's gonna make you pay for it. That's not the guy you want in the pocket having a good old time, just lollygag. Point blank, period. So if I'm the Raiders, this is a defensive game, and, you got to step up. You got to slow down this offense, whether it be through the run, whether it be through the pass. That's the best way to beat Denver, is to slow Peyton Manning down. Like I said, you're going to get some pressure on this guy. Do not let him sit in the pocket all day. But you gotta get some pressure on him, because you're going to make the Broncos' job so much easier from a passing standpoint, especially somebody like a Peyton Manning who makes others around him better. You're gonna struggle. You're going to struggle against this team. But at the same time, looking at the same thing for Denver. Now, a lot of this, this win streak that Denver's been on has been going a lot to Peyton Manning, as far as credit. And rightfully so. I have no doubt that he is one of the main reasons that this team is successful. I've said it so many times, which is why I wouldn't mind seeing him win MVP this year. But that also being said, do not sleep on this defense. This defense has been ranking high almost in the last couple of weeks on just about everything. So this defense is also a huge reason why this Denver team is very successful. Now, one thing about the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos is, for the most part, from a rushing standpoint, Oakland struggles a little bit more than Denver does. So Denver has a little bit more of an open game. Like I said, they're becoming more of a two-dimensional team. Oakland tends to struggle sometimes with being a two-dimensional team, but it still goes back to the play of the quarterback. Carson Palmer has thrown 5 touchdowns and 7 interceptions while posting a 69.3 passer rating during a personal 4-game skid against the Broncos. So at this point, we got to see how he's going to play, because like I said, at the end of the day, it is going to have a lot to do with the quarterback play and the defensive play. Like I said, Carson Palmer, he struggles, but at the same time, if I'm Carson Palmer, you also need your running back game to step up. Like I said, it can't always be all on Carson Palmer, just like I said about Denver so many times. It can't always be on Peyton Manning. Like I said, but this is going to be more about the defense and the quarterback play. That's main 2 things I'm looking forward to. I still think Denver should be able to pull out this game. It may be a dramatic game just because Denver likes dramatic games, but Denver shouldn't have a problem winning this game. They might have a problem just depending on if Raiders are able to get a pressure on Peyton Manning. But technically, in my opinion, Denver should win this game. Like I said, it's going to go back to quarterback play and the defense, which, like I said, for a lot of people who have been sleeping on this Broncos defense, and like I said, they're one of the key reasons that this team is so successful this year. Anyway, that's it for me on today's episode of Sports Talk with L-Beasley. Yeah, 15 minutes. I bet you haven't seen that. I think I went about 15 minutes on this show, so it's been a minute. But like I said, I had to have a short show. I'm actually off to a meeting. So like I said, hopefully you enjoyed the show. If there's a topic you want me to discuss that I haven't had a chance to discuss, something that's just on your mind and you want to know my opinion on it, please let me know. Like I said, all my contact information is on the credits at the end. Like I said, it could be a player, a team, a coach, whatever sport it is. Just let me know. I'm always happy to honor my fan requests. Be sure to, guys, check out my contact information. I know people have been asking me a couple times at the end, like, are you on Twitter? Are you on Facebook? And I'm like, yeah, guys, I say all that stuff at the end every single time at the credits. Like I said, go watch through the whole show at the credits. My Twitter name is there, my Facebook name, Instagram, email. Like I said, if you guys want me to be guest on your show, if you have a topic you want me to discuss, either leave it in the comments, or like I said, email me, tweet me, message me on Facebook, whatever the case may be. I'm always happy to honor my fan requests. And like I said, definitely if you want me to be a guest on your show, definitely want to be a guest on your show. Always happy to network and venture out to different venues. So be sure to do that. Go check out MoneyballSportswear.com. They are a huge supporter of my show, Sports Talk with L-Beasley, and me, myself, Lauren Beasley. So go check them out. You're going to love their clothes. If you love Nike, you love Under Armour, you are going to love Moneyball, MoneyballSportswear.com. The only way to ball is Moneyball. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Keep the comments coming. I'm going to do my best to interact with you guys. And like I said, more than likely, I will not be doing a show tomorrow. I repeat, more than likely, I will not be doing a show tomorrow. I may surprise you and do one, but I do not anticipate that I will have time to do one. So just in case I don't see you guys, have a good weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy college basketball. Get ready for these bowl games. Get ready for NFL Sunday. NBA, obviously, it's all, still around. So enjoy your weekend. I'm going to do my best to enjoy mine, and I will see you guys on Monday.